There's a question from one of the CCEA past paper practice papers. This is A2 Applied Maths. This is a stats question from September 2021, I think. And it's question 8 we're looking at. So it's one on hypothesis testing involving the normal distribution. Customers in the supermarket have been suspecting that the length of tinfoil being sold is less than the 10 metres stated on the box. The manager takes a sample of 50 boxes and measures the length of tinfoil. The average length then is 999.4. Assuming the population is a normal distribution with standard deviation of 2, carry out a test at the 5% significance level to decide whether the suspicions of the customers are correct. So first of all, we are going to set our H0, and that is that the mean is indeed 1,000 centimetres. Alternative hypothesis then, and it says it's sold less than the 10 metres, so in that case it's lower than 1,000 centimetres. This is going to be then a one-tail test, and we've been asked to test then at the 5% level. So we're going to reject H0. If our value of Z then at the 5% level, again there's a wee list of these, sometimes people will know them, sometimes they won't, but if you work out then you're 95%, so 0.95 round about here is 1.6, so it's going to be 1.645. Because it's less than, we know then we're going to reject if Z is less than minus 1.645, because it's a lower tail. I guess we're going to be kind of right then, that's a lower tail down there. So we of course then have a normal distribution. Remember, because it's a sample, so we have our 1,000 here, and then it's going to be 2 squared over 50, because dividing them by our sample size. So we test then our value of Z, so Z then is x minus mu over sigma. Sorry, it's not quite the sigma, it's sigma. Let me see, it's going to be sigma over root n. And so in this case it's 999.4 minus 1,000 all over 2 over root 50. So if you put that into your calculator, then you get minus 2.12132. So that's obviously well below 1.645, so that mean is then kind of well within that wee kind of 5% bracket. So since our value of Z is less than minus 1.645, we are going to reject H0. Again, a wee statement then at the end. I'm actually just going to hit pause here and write this in and read it out to you. It takes so long to write this, but you want to refer to what we're doing. Okay, so here's what I've written. So there is sufficient evidence at the 5% level to suggest the length of tinfoil is less than the 10 metres stated. On to our next wee part. The manager then tests his hypothesis at the 1% level of significance to decide whether suspicions of the customers are correct. Would this have affected the outcome? So if you test then at the 1% level instead of the 5% level, we're looking then for area obviously then to be 99. So let me see, there's 97. So there we are, it's 99, so it's 0.9898, and we want to add 2 to that, so it's 2.32, and we go down to halfway between the two, so 2.32, I think 75, maybe 2.3275. So if testing at 1% level our value was minus 2.12132, and that is greater than the minus 2.3275. So in that scenario, we do not reject 8.0 because we're kind of within our wee boundaries. So again, I'm going to hit pause and just write my wee statement. So again, here's what I've written. There's not sufficient evidence at the 1% level to suggest the length of the tin foil is less than 10 meters.